Hello. So today I'm going to share with you how to create an email campaign, do email capturing using your MailChimp, and then, which is free, and then I will show you how to make a landing page quickly using Wix. And so what you would use this for is if you were having a campaign or you were offering something of value, maybe an ebook, something like that, and it's to help you create lead generation, which you will create these campaigns and these sign-up forms, and people can opt in to receive whether it's going to be a weekly email from you or, like I said, an ebook or something like that. So we have to use the two different programs. First of all, we will go to our MailChimp, and you can create a free account in there. You'll need to create a list. So whatever list you want it to be, you can name that, okay? So if it's going to be a campaign, we can just say, using MailChimp. That could be what this campaign is going to be. Maybe we want to do an ebook showing step by step how to use MailChimp to create your email list, okay? And so your default, what email address it's going to come from, which we'll use mine. If you have a campaign URL, so default name will be my own name, and then we are not going to use this right now. All you're going to do is make sure if somebody signs up, you can have it so it generates an instant email to them, and you want to make sure that this is important right here to remind them what they signed up for in case people forget, because you do not want to be spamming people as you can lose your account. So whatever your campaign would be, you could do that. So we can choose to reuse another one that I have made, or we can create our own. So here I would just put use MailChimp now, or to create email lists. So now that's going to remind that person what they signed up for here, right? And that will be their little subject line. And then we scroll down. We don't want to double opt-in, and we're going to save that. So now I will show you here, we will have our list, okay? And so that is what we're going to work off of. So we're going to work off of using MailChimp. So I'm going to go over here, and we're going to create our sign-up forms. So we'll start with your general. Now this is where you're building, when you go to a website and you can sign up to get anything or enroll in something. And so this is where you're creating that form from. So we want to definitely let our subscribers pick which kind, if they'd like plain text or HTML. Now we're going to go down here. So you're going to build it first. This is going to be the first thing we're going to do, okay? So add a message here. We're going to put creating email lists using MailChimp, okay? And we'll save that. Okay, so that will give that little header within our sign-up form. So so these are already automatically there. I prefer first name and last name in front of email address. Now this is totally up to you. You do not need last name. That's going to be your decision. You definitely want first name, because when you're creating an auto-responding email, you can set it so it's personalized. So I would go to your page, I would opt in for whatever your value is that you're offering me, and then I'm going to get an automatic email to my email, and when my first name is used in here, it'll say, hey Cindy, or so you can make it personalized like that. So I tend to like first name, last name, and email address in this order. Now whatever else you feel you might want in here. So over here you'll see we can add fields. So we can just make it text, we can do numbers, we can do radio buttons if you look all the way down here. So here's like, let's just say you were doing this for a group. There's 5 of you that are working on coaching, and you want to teach people how to do this. Well, then what we would do here is we would add the field, and we would probably go to a drop-down menu, okay? So here's your drop-down, and what's going to happen here is you're going to name this. So when the field label, this untitled, this is going to be what goes right here, okay? So here we would put who invited you. to this page. Or just even who invited you is good. Okay, now we'll scroll down. We want to make it a required field. So make sure if you do not make it a required field, that means that they can just fill in the other ones and skip that one and submit. So if you want the information and it's important to you that you get the right information, then you make sure that you make it a required field. You're going to scroll down. You have 1, 2, 3 choices. You can push the pluses and as many as you want. So we will just say Mary Brown, Jim Smith, Bob Green, and Jack Dempsey. Okay, so you can see that. So we don't need these ones. We're going to take those away. We have 4 different choices. We're going to save this field. Now you're going to go over here and take a look. Who invited you? So the people will be able to use a drop-down menu, and it will show these people. Okay, so that part's done. Now, what else? What might you like? It could be anything else you're going to put. You may want to add another field. It could be, okay, so I'll show you this one. Check boxes. So this would be like a yes or no answer, or anything you could think of. So have you created, or do you have a social media account? The reason we would ask this for email is because you could, you want to know if they're building a business on there. So here we would go, group 1, you would just change this, okay, from the name, this would be yes, and then add an option, we will say no, and then we'll save that field, and then you can see what this looks like. There you go. See, do you have a social media account? Yes or no. Now, remember, so this one you do not need to make it a required field because they have to answer yes or no. They can't go on without that one. So you could just play in here. You'll see there's all these different options here. If you want their birth date, you can choose that. If you want to know their address, what their phone number is, maybe you want to follow up with a call, depending on what you're making your landing page for, right? Maybe you want to do a little bit of a personal training landing page. So you could put choose that they have to give their phone number, and they could get a free consultation, and you'll give them a call, whatever, or throw an image in. So this is our first sign up form. Okay, and now we're going to go back to our list because this is done. We've saved this. We've got it all. We want this in this order. I'm happy with that. Designing it, you can go to that if you'd like. It's just, you can just change how it looks, okay? The background, you can change this color if you see. You can have, there you go. So the background would be like that. You can just play around in here. Translate it. The only thing that I like to translate personally myself is right here. I don't like subscribe to the list. I usually will put sign up or send me info, something like that, and then you'll just save your translation. So you can do whatever you like there. It's just if you would like to use different wording than street address, you could just put home. You know, that's all this is for. And then you can just save that. Now we're going to go back up here to our list. And here it is using MailChimp. Now we're going to go to our sign up forms again this way, but this time we're going to choose our embedded form, okay? We're going to select this. Now what this has done is what we just did, it has saved it here. You see this is what we, so this did not change. So we want to say create email caption using MailChimp. Yep. Okay. Or whatever you want to say there. So you can see here, we have all that information that we chose, who invited you. There's the people we chose. Yes, no, and then they can hit subscribe. So down here, this is how you're going to put this onto your landing page, okay? So you just click on it, and then you're gonna copy that. This now is going to put this form onto a landing page. So now you need to sign up for a Wix account, and you can get a free Wix account. And we will just go here and let's create a new site. So we just, basically we want to just do a blank one right now because I'm just going to do this quickly. Once you're in here, you can absolutely go in here and play at any time. So here we go. I am going to just choose a blank one. I'll show you a couple little things to give you a start, and then you'll be able to build from there. And I mean, if you need to find anything, if you get stuck, they have the help in here as well. You might want to follow that tutorial. Okay, so here, my background, I'm going to choose a color. I will go that nice green color, and then that's done. In here, I would like to change this background in here as well. Let's go, let's see if this works. No, we're going to make it all white. Here we go. This will adjust your page height and length, okay? So to add in, or let's add first, we will add a header. We'll just add an image. I have some in here. So when you go to add an image, this is pretty cool. You can go to My Image Uploads or any of these. Really easy to upload your own images. Here's mine. And so now here's one thing too to realize. So when you get this, well, let's just say here's some books, right? If you don't really, like if you captured the picture on your phone or something, or you want to edit it somehow before you're using it on here, you've decided it doesn't really fit, you can do that within here too. So if I hit crop and edit, here is all these features. So I can edit this before I even put it up. Maybe I just wanted to use these words, or I just would like to use the person in the pool, whatever, we can do all that there, okay? Now here, you can see there's Shutterstock. Some of them are free, some will cost you money, pretty much most will cost you money, but Wix has a lot of free images in here for us as well, okay? So we will just, let's just pick a picture that we think will work for today. We will just use flowers in the sunlight. Perfect. So this will add it to the page, and you'll see that this will be, oh, it gave it to us twice. So we will dump it. There we go. So we can make this as big as we like by just clicking on it, and then you can see here, you can drag it, and you can do whatever you need to do. 1 second here, we will just, anything like this, you can move things around. So in this program, it's really, really user friendly. If there's something that you don't like, double click on it. Don't triple. Just double click on it and it'll give you some form of option, okay? So we're just gonna put that there. Now, that's just to show you, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Like I say, we're just doing this quickly so you can get the idea. I just want this to like take up a fair amount of the page. Okay. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, and so, and save your work often. Okay, and so here, when the first time you save, you're gonna have to choose what you want it to be called. So it will be whatever your original site is, and then at the end, it'll always be the / and whatever you choose. So we're just gonna choose MailChimp. You can put whatever you want, email campaign, whatever. And now we have that. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add that subscription box, okay? And yeah, we're done. Thank you. You're going to go down to more, and you're going to go up here to the embedded site. And now you're going to enter, not a website address, but that code that we copied. Do you remember we copied that code? There you go, update. There it is. Okay, so now we have that code here. Let's take a look at it. Make sure it's all good. Are we happy with it? There, okay, perfect. So we'll just move that up here so we can just take a look. Okay, so make sure you save, and then we can preview it and make sure that it worked like we wanted. So we have, just save that. Done. My mouse is acting funny. Okay, so that's it. So now you could publish this. Remember, once you've published it, you could go back and you can edit it at any time. It's in here, it's part of your thing. We want to preview what it looks like. So this is what my page looks like, right? It's completely boring right now. There's nothing exciting in there, but you get the idea. You can play, you can do whatever you want. You can upload your own pictures into there, but this is how you make the subscriber form, the opt-in form, okay? And that's about it. So you're going to need those 2 accounts. Go to your MailChimp, create that list, do all that first, and then come into here, and there's your campaign and your ad. There is so many things you can do here, and you can play around. You can even have, well, as you saw there, you can have buy it now, PayPal buttons, where you can link to purchases. But I think that should give you a great start. And again, there is tutorials in here and there's help. So that should help you a ton. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful.